Hello and welcome to Being Curious about health and fitness changes. At Spear Strong, we take on a theme every month, and we're being curious about that theme. Because when we're curious, we open up excitement and energy for these challenges that we're taking on, as opposed to feeling like I have to do this, which is not fun or exciting. So let's be curious. This month, our theme at Spear Strong is nutrition. And I want us to be curious about the concept of there is no such thing as good food and bad food. This gets a little bit into last month's theme, which is mindset training. But when we start to label food as good or bad, or we start to get rid of food out of our diet, restrict things, label them as bad, have cheat days, it has a mental effect on us. And what it typically does is has this all or nothing effect where we cut things out and we call them bad foods, and then we eventually really want to have them, and then we overdo it and we feel really badly. So, what do I mean when I say there's no good and bad foods? Because as we all know, some foods are better for us than others. So, we have foods that we need more of, and foods that we need less of, and foods that we actually don't need at all. But that's not to say that some are good and some are bad. So the foods that we need more of course, fruits and vegetables, whole grains, things that are really healthy for us, have a lot of nutritious, dense, nutrient dense properties to them. So they give us energy, they make us feel good, they help our immune system stay strong. And then we have foods that we need less of. So this would be like healthy fats, maybe a little bit of cheese, maybe a little bit of meat, things that we get nutritious value from and we get nutrients from, but we don't need as much of them as we need, say, broccoli. And then there's foods that we don't need at all. And I'm saying that these are not bad foods. So these would be like ice cream and cake and pastries and candy and things that we get that are fun and nostalgic and celebratory, foods that matter that we might not need. And if we restrict these foods completely, we're going to feel like we feel if we have to do something, which is not excited, not fun. And it eventually comes to a point where we feel defeated. Maybe we're restricting a bunch of things, we're not even getting the results that we want. We're also not feeling good because we're wanting these things and we're really tired of broccoli. Having a different mindset about the food, not labeling it as good or bad, but understanding its place in our diet and how we're feeding ourselves. And that comes to the thing that we do at Spear Strong, which is having food strategies. So having your own diet that works for you. It has your preferences, your allergies, your physical demands, how you're functioning throughout the day, sensitivities. You can come up with this plan for yourself because nutrition is highly individual. And if we just follow something that's for the masses, it's not going to work for us as an individual. If you need help with your food strategies, you know where to find me. Work with me individually. Let's set those up and let's stick to them. And they also include our pre-negotiations. So we're thinking ahead of time, okay, I'm gonna not have a lot of cake because I know that that's in the not need but fun category, but I also know that my anniversary is coming up or a birthday is coming up, and I'm gonna set ahead. I'm gonna say I'm gonna have cake and I'm gonna have the best cake that I can have. All right, Spirit Strongers, hit me up if you have questions. Be curious about food not being good or bad, and I will see you next time.